from there on. I think, you know, we'll look at it that Everton really being the home side have to really have a little bit more control. But here now, I think again the youngster Norman Dixon has to be a little bit careful that he doesn't make any more challenges. But I think both managers won't be too concerned. It'll just be how they can tweak it, how they can adapt to try and get more control, to try and go on and go through in the time.
And the Mighty Blues of Everton.
Surprise awaits a place in round 4 of the competition in this staggered round 3. But there is a change ahead.
Fernandez preparing to make an entrance, a goal scorer in the previous round against Cardiff City, a starter for the first time in the Premier League at the weekend against Manchester United. Position from Sporting Club de Portugal, as they prefer you to call them. Sporting Lisbon, as you'll almost certainly know them. Administrating the change. A few final pointers there for Adam Armstrong, who we saw dropping very deep at points in that first half. So Martin did actually use him as a midfielder on the odd occasion last season. A trait we've seen in his managerial career, using a number 9 as a number 8. Joel Piroux at Swansea. So Mateus Fernandez involved. Everton can produce some beautiful football in this second half, attacking the Gladys Street end as is their preference. And Fernandez will go into a slightly more accustomed role, I suppose, in midfield, but very much of an attacking mindset.
Interesting why they do make that change for Lallana, who was being that link. Do you view and think, well, minutes-wise, as an involvement towards weekends, games, etc., or is there any way of thinking, like, tactically, what have we seen different? Where can we progress? Can we a little bit better in behind Everton's midfield? There's always the ideas, like you said straight away. Armstrong has to stay a little bit higher up the pitch. I get it at times where you are that link, you have to come down to be the extra man for build-up, but you have to threaten a bit more in behind something. So
Southampton's next assignment is a very interesting one in Premier League terms, against Ipswich Town. Both enjoying that feeling of elevation in the summer.
It's a great game, isn't it? Do you know, I think that's the point. Then you start good straight away. Well, how do you react if you don't win that game? Then what is next? And you know, psychologically, it could be a big point for a couple in regards to a bit of belief, getting up, you know, somewhere forward to try to get your survival.
Mangala, forward by McNeil. And again, Beto looking to get in behind. It's Charlie Taylor. Cornet continuing to operate down that right flank. He's involved here. And Fraser's arriving, but mopping up Lindstrom. There's always a crowd pleaser. Might be one or two who want him to do his crowd pleasing a little further up the pitch.
Yeah, I've got time for it though. It was good. It was under pressure, a little bit of flair. We always have a little look at that, the excitement. That's what we want to see, entertainment. I understand your point, though, the areas.
Yeah, just bring down the old hammer of cynicism on it all, but there you go.
I've got to appreciate maybe because I could have maybe done that in those areas.
This is Ogachukwu. Fraser just got fractionally away from him. And Dixon in there again. Fraser's feeling it.
Yeah, I think he does touch the ball, but really not sure that there's too much in that, you know. This is contact. Fraser is holding his right side, but now the delivery, what do they do? Are they creative? Do they play the same ball? It's a lot closer, obviously, as the goal. Edge of the area looks attractive. They can get a little block across.
Is Fraser going to shake off the bruises and play a part in this, or is it going to be a case of deja vu? Taylor with a similar type of ball, retrieved by Harwood Bellis. Not off O'Brien.
When you make that delivery on the back post, I think they come and attack it well. But once he's turned there, Bellis, I think his distribution could be a bit better.
Well, the Rebo just waltzing in behind Armstrong's head. And the Southampton supporters enjoying the commitment to the cause from Ryan Fraser. A night where a sliding challenge can take you a little longer further than you might anticipate. Not exactly golden from Virginia.
Such a patient game, isn't it? Just the wait, delay, drawing it out, just waiting for a little bit of space. And it's interesting and difficult to play against it at times, but with all these changes for Southampton, it's amazing how they can still be so fluid in possession. And they do, you know, it does surprise you. And I think it's full credit to the coaching staff how they teach this way and this belief, and have different setups, different areas when it's not going so well against different opponents, and happy to make the changes.
The way they've gone about this has stopped it from being a blood and thunder Goodison Cup night. The Everton supporters trying to lift their team with their vocal performance.
But that's not easy to do. You know, I think that just tells you about having that control.
Rebo trying to make another inroad there. With another sulky touch to Corey. Jay trying to get things moving again. Armstrong heads back the way, and wasn't that popular a decision. Dixon. Advantage play by Darren Bond with Everton in possession. McNeil. Jay. And Adam Armstrong's feeling a little tender at the moment after stretching for that.
Just wondering what Everton's approach is when the ball comes into centre back. to the full-back position. What is the next pass? What do they want to do?
Keane's found a potential route out here, and it's Dixon willing to oblige the Everton faithful with some urgency. Flag up against Beto. And plenty feeling that there should have been a free kick award for a foul on Dixon.
I think as Dixon travelled through, he's looking for that sliding pass right through the middle, and there is contact on the back of him as he travels. There it is. Has he played it before? The referee didn't think so. The reporters certainly did, and so did Dixon.
Well, Beto got a telling touch, and here's Lindstrom for Everton, and Jai arriving! And McCarthy to Southampton's rescue. Lindstrom scented the glory. Well, that's certainly roused them. Sign of an Everton edge, and Lindstrom has an opportunity again. Doucouré.
A little bit of contact, but then that flick round the corner. But as he starts to travel, he checks his shoulder. He's only got one thing in mind, is to beat the goalkeeper near post. McCarthy comes out really strong, makes himself big. There was an Everton player across the face. I think he could have just slid it across. It would have been the better option.
Well, the other end, Matheus Fernandes feeding Fraser, and it's just starting to simmer. Taylor Debris. Cornet up against McNeil. Well, suddenly a rogue ball appeared. An inopportune moment.
I think the Everton fan there in the back of the picture really enjoyed that little bit of a moment. Big chances though, aren't they? You've got to do better, you've got to take them. Southampton says okay, we'll continue, but you can catch them.
It's a Southampton style that I'd imagine is much more difficult to play when you're at the bottom of the table, when confidence and the courage in possession is perhaps in shorter supply. Plenty of courage shown by Matheus Fernandes here. Fraser, it's bounced kindly for him, but João Virginia was there. An Everton escape, but here's a Rebo. Given away by Lindstrom. Fraser there again. Keane with him.
He's getting in the contact, the battles, isn't he, Fraser? And he gets into positions, goal-scoring chances. It's one of those that falls. Goalkeeper very, very good as he just goes down. That left hand down to his left-hand side, just manages to get it away, but big chance. Could he have maybe squared it back, possibly, from Fraser, but the goalkeeper's so close. It's a difficult situation, but starting to see chances. We're starting to see the game opening up. That's what we're looking for.
We're starting to see a cup tie. It's picked up by Matheus Fernandes again. Harrison Armstrong stepping into important effect. And again, his presence was vital there for Everton. Swept away by Keane. But Howard Bellis picked it up, and now Bree. Ogachukwu. and Lindstrom steps in, and now Beto. Lindstrom making an offer. Forced a little wide, but he's forced a corner. An ebb and flow about it now.
End to end.
Ladies and gentlemen, the total attendance here
Much better tempo.
this evening is
The supporters have obviously seen something now. Vocals are much better. Charlie Taylor getting in that position, realises he's got to stay put. Now set piece. What type of delivery will there be? Half time, that's where you'll have been made aware something's got to change. Set pieces, etc. But I've seen who's attacking in what area.
With left foot of McNeil. And the grateful grasp of McCarthy. Well, Armstrong making the challenge on a rebound.
Big challenge. I think it was one of those that you're lucky there's no contact. It's aggressive. Nice McCarthy, great take to take the pressure off your side, but then he's seen the run. And that's the difference there, whether it's to do it a little bit quicker with the delay and wait, but getting into better positions here. Both sides now. That's what we want from this cup tie. No one will want it to stay like this.
Activity on both benches. Mentioned Britton Diaz, he may well be making an entrance, among others. Well, it's busy down there. I'll let you into a little secret. Commentators are not big fans of what looks like it's going to be a quintuple substitution combined between the two teams.
Well, it's not pre-season, is it? They're the ones that you don't really want, so I'll take only a couple.
Cornet. Armstrong wants it in the middle. Keane guides it away from danger. Decided that the goalkeeper route was not the one to take there, and did very well in the end.
Yeah, great runs in behind. That ball's really good across the face, and Keane's got a decision to go left foot near post to take it away. That's probably the safer option. But he did his job with running away from behind the goal.
Rebo's got lots of room. It's determined play by Armstrong, who may be withdrawn. I think he possibly is still feeling a little concerned. Well, first start in Everton colours for Harrison Armstrong. A memorable night for the young man. He's had an hour. He'll be replaced by Jack Harrison.
Second substitution, please show your appreciation for number 14.
It's the end of the night for Beto.
And his replacement, number 18, Ashley Young.
And Ashley Young is not going to play up front, that's for sure. And the Goodison jury gives its verdict.
Well, they're not happy about that. Get what the change is, but when you look at the building, you've got Lumen Jai, you can go and lead the line. Jack Harrison going in those areas. Ashley Young can commit down the right hand side. So I don't think it's as negative as what the supporters are seeing. They're just seeing striker for Ashley Young.
The substitution coming off at this time, number 22, Maxwell Cornet, and his replacement, number 33, Tyler Dibbling.
And Tyler Dibbling is going to get another opportunity. Pitched in and performed admirably against Manchester United. And then Britton Diaz is also going to come on. We've seen Flynn Downs replace Leslie Ogachukwu. Fourth official needing some help juggling the cards. It's Ryan Fraser who's going to come off.
Southampton's fourth substitution coming off, number 24, Ryan Fraser. His replacement, number 4, Flynn
Diaz operated from a wide position throughout his time at Blackburn. He looks as though he's going to again here, as he did at the weekend. And I suppose we're going to see Dwight McNeil's shackles released to some extent with the involvement of Young.
I think that's the point, isn't it, John? You're talking about taking somebody off. Ashley Young goes in at left back. Dwight McNeil goes in at the 10. You've got Njai, Jack Harrison attacking in different ways, different mobility. So I don't see that being too much of an issue. There'll be a lot of talk about that substitution if Everton don't go on and win the game.
Despite, as you say, the sound thinking behind it.
Yeah, well, that doesn't matter. It's results, unfortunately, for these supporters. But I'm not sure you really need to stress that at 60 minutes, 62 minutes. But I do understand why the frustration is with the supporters. Give them a better chance first.
Well, it's up to Ndiaye and Harrison and Young in that left-back position to help the manager look good. Foul on a Rebo.
Southampton will play to the strength now, regards to the frustrations of the supporters. The longer this game goes on, just be careful that they don't get drawn into making different decisions, the players. Supporters are voicing an opinion. It hasn't been a great performance, and we know that. Obviously, it's interesting when you make so many changes, but they've got to find a way of winning. That's what you've got to do here in this game. Find something different to make sure you go through.
Howard Bellis, player who ensured Southampton are on level terms. Downs. He's a player that does always seem to make Southampton better. Matheus Fernandes, I don't know whether the offside flag would have come had they managed to feed him there.
It's a good sliding pass, isn't it? Straight away with intent, trying to put it in behind. I think you look at the changes, don't you, now? Down just coming on, he's going to be with a pivot. The 6, he can just control things. Diblin's going to be the 1. Lots of excitement in and around him at this moment in time. We'll talk more after the set piece, but an opportunity, surely not a set piece that Southampton can do again.
It's Dibling to play it in, and it's O'Brien who met it with the meat of the forehead. Dibling up against Harrison. Winger on winger. That's a beautiful ball out to Britton Diaz. He's got help outside him from Taylor. Corey wins it back. Seeking to move Everton in a positive direction. Well played, Harrison. But well played, Dibbling. He made his debut in the first round of this competition last season when Southampton went out to Gillingham.
2 years ago maybe for Charlie Taylor there. Just ran away from him, but disappointed. It was a great ball for him to go and get after, but it's really a balance, isn't it, now? The ball going backwards, supporters not happy. What can they do to change it?
Young to Mangala. Keane. Roman Dixon. Doucouré. Harrison. Up against Bree this time. Decent reward from a very difficult situation, and an opportunity here for Everton. Mangala. Harrison. Into that box it finally goes, but away by Taylor. Armstrong's header. Dixon.
Where they've just got to keep the ball. Isn't sure what to do, whether to drop down, whether to play a little bit bigger. Just got to have the belief in what you do. Most games, whether to just drop it in, to do better than that, to be honest. You know, Southampton will just wait. Isn't it different, the mindset that they're supposed to be comfortable, that's how they play, whatever they do, it's no problem, that's the way we go. It's just getting used to the culture of the football club.
He's certainly gone through periods, Russell Martin, where he's had a huge amount of stick from the Southampton supporters. The buy-in is not permanent, shall we say.
I think that's the world we live in. It's never permanent in football, is it? Results are going to have to be paramount at some point. It's going to be so tough for Southampton side when you come to the level you have. Can you continue with the group, and that's the difficulty.
And sometimes they open the door when they come under a bit of pressure. Young will get it back. There's a 21-year history in this competition, Ashley Young.
Still going strong. Exceptional career.
That's asking a lot of Dixon.
Much higher though. I think that's what they're going to have to do now. Try and, you know, get into better areas. Start putting the crosses in, the tempo. I feel like Everton shouldn't just sit tight now. I think they've got to try and go for it a touch more. Really put the pressure on. But it comes as a collective.
Lindstrom winning it back there for Doucouré. Lindstrom again. Pulled back by Flynn Downs, who's in a mood to debate it. And Darren Bond with his own feelings on the precise position of the foul.
I was thinking he goes to go tight here. It's just a little bit of a pull on the left hand, and you should drop to your knees. I think you can pull on any opponent, on the hand, the arm, the shirt, etc. Dangerous position now.
Lindstrom poised. That's a very, very telling header by Bree. In by Young, and that needed Harwood-Bellis to produce. Downs biting in with the challenge. McNeil hoping to come away through that of Mateus Fernandes, but given away. And Downs, the elastic on his shorts being tested, and that's going to see a yellow card brandished.
Just getting another look there. Just see the back of the shorts pulled under Jack Harrison straight away in front of the official. Receiving yellow cards will always be the one when you start pulling shirts. It'll be inevitable. Now Southampton just take the delay, wait yet again. It's amazing that they're saying it's okay, we believe, we'll continue. And just no rushing them.
Even as we head towards the final 15 minutes of this Carabao Cup tie. Confirmation of the yellow card for Harrison. Thundered into the night air by Wood. Dixon. A little bit to...
It's the first sort of rush pass, isn't it? That was not showed composure in an area that the manager demands. I understand why it was, because he wasn't sure what was around him.
They managed to reach Mateus Fernandes nonetheless, and Southampton moving forward with interest here. Dibbling. Oh, he's unleashed a shot that's poleaxed Britton Diaz. Though happily only briefly.
That's good feet. Coming inside, having the confidence to keep checking and waiting. He strikes it really well. Clean. Britton Diaz, he'll tell you how clean it was. He felt that one.
He's okay though. That's very much the important thing. This is Dixon. Armstrong with a little bit more spring in his step. Harwood-Bellis. Oh, well, phew.
That's two moments, isn't it, from the centre backs? They've just got away with making little mistakes. Got to sharpen up. People will be getting tired now, to be sure, if you're going to take chances like this.
And there's a foul by Harrison.
He uses his body well, doesn't he? As Bree just comes across, he realises second best. Make sure you get your foot across and wait for that contact. And there it was. Clever play.
Britton Diaz. Angala under pressure. McNeil onto Lindstrom. Possibilities here for Everton. Well, it all closed in on him. He ran out of road. And there was another real opportunity for Everton. Harrison.
He's got that, hasn't he? Harrison puts it into areas. You've got to be ready for it wherever possible. It's almost gamble at the top of the pitch. Understand which players at the right times have got the ball. Just got to try and make that run across the face.
Well, Ross Stewart, who's had a horrendous time really with injuries, about to come on for Southampton, but an Everton change prior to that.
And his replacement,
And their goal scorer, Abdoulaye Doucouré, is going to be replaced by Tim Irabunam.
Southampton substitution coming off number 9, Adam Armstrong, and his replacement, number 11, Ross Stewart.
A more muted reception for the Southampton change, and Ross Stewart, a player who is certainly playing catch-up, gets an opportunity.
Just when you're in cup ties like this, you get approaching this type of minute, you're looking over your shoulder thinking, what do we do? How do we go through? How much risk do we take? It's always the danger. Fans are demanding more, but to get it so right when you do it, you don't really have the control you've expected from the home side today, Everton.
Just over 10 minutes away from a penalty competition. Aribo sprawling. Harrison lively, although perhaps not quite so at the moment.
You've mentioned them. I tried not to. Tried to stay away from it. The penalties have been brought into the equation, and that is the thought process. Well, I believe we've got a couple of chances in this game left yet.
It decided the last League Cup meeting, and Theo Walcott and Richarlison of Everton failed from the penalty spot, and Southampton went through. Britton Diaz on the charge here for Southampton.
Really strong, powerful. It opens up. He has a look at the left shoulder. I think he's got to try and guide that into that far corner, straight at the goalkeeper. Expect him really to make him save it down that left-hand side.
Ndiaye into Lindstrom, and the return. The flag frustrates the majority at Goodison Park, and it's certainly frustrated Iliman Ndiaye. It's a bigger change for the Premier League teams, isn't it, without VAR in this competition at this point.
You see decisions being made quite quickly. I think that's the point, isn't it? Wondering, waiting to see what questions are asked, but unfortunately, away we go. Or fortunately, depending on how you see the moments these days of football.
Oh, lovely work here. McNeil's effort deflected, but Ndiaye and Lindstrom with some delightful interplay. Nathan Woods with some important defending.
Getting some good areas. Let's get another look. Brilliant little flick. And the strike comes across, tries to find that far post. There's no space.
Well, McCarthy's nowhere here, and he's grateful that the ball ends up in safe territory from his perspective. Irabunam arriving on the end of it.
Yeah, good delivery again. You can see everybody in and around. There's no space, but when you're in those positions, just any contact, can you head it down? And so many bodies around him.
Stewart. That's Mateus Fernandes. Now Aribo. Aribo seeking out Britain Diaz. And Charlie Taylor across the face again. Michael Keane in the right place at the right time. Away by Irabunam.
Just looking at the substitutes for Everton. Pickford. When it comes to penalty shootouts, etc., how would you approach it when you've not played so many games? And it's interesting, isn't it, when you look at second strings or players who are not necessarily first choice.
Intriguingly, Everton with two goalkeepers on the bench tonight. Asmir Begovic there as well. I mean, obviously they can't bring on two for the shootout.
Sean Dyche would be delighted if that could possibly work.
If only.
If only.
Well, Begovic has scored against Southampton before. We might bring him on to take one. Well, that was a bit further out. Aribo away. Irabunam. Lindstrom. Oh, just escaped McNeil's clutches. Up to Stewart. Dibbling. Just caught there by Lindstrom. Goes to his pocket. Shows a yellow card to the Dane.
Just going back to Dibbling, when he travels with the ball. Just been some brilliant positive things said about what type of career he could have. Really excited about what he can bring, how he's going about things. So fantastic to see young players come to develop. We've seen a couple on tonight, but he's very, very exciting for Southampton.
Yes, who've never been slow to give talented young players a chance.
Very good.
Flynn Downs. Wood. Britain Diaz. Mateus Fernandes now to Britain Diaz again. Seized upon by McNeil, but it's all yellow around him. And Bree cool. And the situation negotiated by Southampton.
Bree's had some great recovery runs, to be fair. In areas he's got across right on one side of the pitch and the other. On a couple of occasions defensively sound, and just that one pass, that trap sat for Everton, and needed defenders to recover all over the high line.
Britain Diaz. Mateus Fernandes. Bree. It might work out all right. Can Dibbling get there? Oof. Well, perhaps more in hope than expectation. Dibbling looking around at the assistant referee, but he'll be happy enough, I suppose, to settle for a corner.
Well, as he comes across, Ashley Young saying, no thank you.
Well, could it be that a set-piece success staves off penalties? Not that one. Picked up by Mateus Fernandes. And here's Bree. Downs. Bree. Boonham just getting a foot in. Downs. Dibbling. Oh, lovely play again from Tyler Dibbling. Well, that's brilliant stuff. Well, the finish not quite there, but dazzling from Dibbling.
Yeah, absolutely sensational. The runs, the cheek of it, just getting to areas. He has that late strike. Seen it now twice. Shifts the ball, still manages off balance to get enough contact, but yeah, good solid run. Got to get him the ball.
Into the 90th minute. That's the head of Jai, and then followed up by Wood. Or Mateus Fernandes. Here to Boonham to pick it up here for Everton. Aribo is popping around. Dibbling. And the old warrior Ashley Young able to retrieve it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official has indicated there'll be a minimum of 3 minutes of added time. 3 minutes.
Harrison to pick it up. I don't think we need to say a lot about that.
No, you don't. But he's just coming across. It's almost a tackle, come cross, just trying to get something on it. Stop that breakaway. Again, we see another ball on the pitch, but still, Southampton stick to game plan, stick to waiting, and that's what's different, isn't it? Their build-up is so important, the way for the chance, but you're also running out of time, so I feel like you could go back to front if you can, quicker than this.
He might yet get there with Aribo seeking to carry it, but Boonham's challenge halted him, and so Southampton start again. Wood. Britton Diaz. Taylor. Britton Diaz.
That's a couple of times Britton Diaz has just got the ball. He's got to keep it a lot better for his team. The supporters now are demanding to get forward quickly. This is what it does. They're not set up for that. They're not ready. Beto's not at the top of the pitch. So, yes, go quickly with a plan.
Mateus Fernandes. Dixon. Able to nip in with the challenge, Britton Diaz, but a corner right at the last. There won't be many more chances. Can Everton make the most of this? Defended by Wood, fighting by Young. Hoping to finish with an almighty flourish, but it's all square after 90 minutes at Goodison Park. Everton in front in that first half through Abdoulaye Doucouré. Southampton with a near monopoly on possession during that period, struck back with a set piece of their own. And Taylor Harwood-Bellis headed home. Enjoyable second half with some excellent moments from Tyler Dibbling on as a substitute. But we go on to a penalty competition to decide who of Everton and Southampton will claim a place in round 4 of the Carabao Cup. The final score after 90 minutes, Everton 1, Southampton 1. So the discussions will begin. Steve Stone is seemingly presiding over the final list.
It's one of those moments now, isn't it, where you get the information, who wants to take one, when you've got the plan already in place and the pressure starts to mount. You've got a little bit of heart starting to go, your legs, your awareness, and you just don't want to let your side down. Some people it doesn't affect, but most would be lying if they didn't feel like there was a little bit of pressure added to them as they walking up in this situation, in these moments. And let's be honest, for an Everton Football Club for sure, they need a trophy. They would love a trophy, those supporters, what they've been through. Southampton still on the journey. Yes, you'd always take it, but they are just delighted to be in the Premier League at this moment in time. But want to go through, these players will for sure.
Absolutely. Well, they made the semi-finals only a couple of years ago themselves. Vanquished in the end by Newcastle, who succumbed to Manchester United at Wembley. Yeah, it's 30 seasons since Everton got their hands on the FA Cup. Paul Wright out and all that against Manchester United in a rare season for Alec Ferguson during that period where nothing ended up in the cabinet. Put it where you want to put it, says Russell Martin.
Yeah, it's easy saying that. You practice all week, you have a couple of little options. It's a big moment for goalkeepers as well, you know. Let's see how that can be affected. The notes are all being passed around, who's next, and when you stood there waiting 3, 4 and 5, you're thinking, hope it maybe doesn't come to me in some ways, as long as it doesn't go, you know, against me. And when you score the winner, sure, that's one moment you will want. So the goalkeepers, less pressure for sure.
An opportunity to make the cup headlines. Dan Bond just issuing the requisite reminders. The penalties will be taken at the park end of Goodison. And Mateus Fernandes is the first to step up. And in the battle of the Portuguese, it is Mateus Fernandes who wins, and Southampton first on the board in the shootout.
Straight down the middle. It's always a tough call to do it. It looks good when it comes off. He had a long wait there, but really composed.
Michael Keane played his part in the Everton goal. Alex McCarthy is the man he has to beat. And he does beat him in consummate fashion.
Interesting choice, Keane, but really good penalty. That late chop as the goalkeeper dives. It was a good taken penalty.
Well, a player familiar with the task at hand in Ross Stewart. It'll be a good feeling for him to see this hit the net. And he does.
He didn't look too phased. He's been a little bit anxious, and the goalkeeper gets across. That's enough on it into that far corner.
Well, it's been an intriguing evening for Everton's next penalty taker, being started in a position we don't often see him, at left back. But Dwight McNeil has the opportunity to keep up the standard, which he does.
Very, very good, very cool. And it stays upright. It's very brave to wait that long and to put it into that position. Excellent penalty all round. Just goes to the goalkeeper, a little bit of advice.
Well, I talked about him keeping up the standard. He's raised it, hasn't he? McNeil there, Britton Diaz, as the nerves begin to start jangling. But he does the job.
Straight run up. I think that's what he's unsure where he's going to go. Real hard and low, old school type penalty. You say hit it hard and low into the corners. He certainly did that.
Manenjai. That'll do nicely.
It's a great penalty when you score them, when you have that stutter, that wait for the goalkeeper to dive as you check. You can only check it one way. It does that really, really with ease. Very brave to take that on like that, but excellent penalty.
Virginia going through his rituals. Harwood Bellis scored in regulation time. And he scores superbly in the penalty competition.
If you ever thought what it means to certain players, as a young player coming through, he'll fancy a run in this tournament for certain. great enthusiasm, desire. Just gets himself up there and strikes it hard and low into the corner.
So Jesper Lindström couldn't get the better of McCarthy at a crucial moment during the 90 minutes. He does the job just about.
I wasn't sure I fancied it. He's been so close to the ball. It doesn't give you so much room to adapt. Extremely close, but I must say he got that inch perfect.
A little margin. So Joe Aribo, the last of the willing, if you like, for Southampton. Oh, beautifully done. And the pressure rises.
The pressure does. Now this is the kick that you don't want when you're walking up, and you've just seen him, Aribo, dispatch it with ease. Very comfortable. The man in the picture has certainly got wonderful ability. Great foot to have that quality to go on and keep them in it.
Sean Dyche and Everton's hopes hang on Jack Harrison. And on we go. Perfect. 10 out of 10.
You know, he looked so comfortable. You know, he's got great technique, as I mentioned, but he was calm. He looked comfortable when he was stepping up. I never felt like he looked phased. You just get a little look at certain players, and now we move on, and this is where you start to get a couple of the players who don't really want to make that work.
I'm sure Finn Downs will not be, or James Bree will not be phased by it. He's had an excellent game. There you go, an excellent penalty from James Bree.
Very good. Really sort of casual, waiting for the goalkeeper. I'm not sure how much that is planned, but got it done.
Ashley Young. And he's been there and done it. But he hasn't done it tonight. Ashley Young, the first to fail, and that is fatal for Everton in the Carabao Cup. Southampton go through to round 4. And it's yet another disappointment at the start of this oh-so-difficult season for Sean Dyche. Alex McCarthy and the goalpost putting paid to their hopes. And a scene of Southampton celebration.
Well, it is such a big moment. Yes, you've got the experience, the know-how, the composure to do it. Even somebody who's been right at the top of the game doesn't always get it right. And this is such a fine margin when you take the game so late on. The risk of penalties, then the lottery begins, and possibly Everton didn't do enough, being the home side on this occasion. Some great penalties, some great execution. Didn't have too much in the game to go at, but Southampton, you've got to say, with the control they had overall, possibly deserved to go through, and fantastic run of penalties. And one person who can go on and handle this mistake, I would say, is Ashley Young. He's got that experience to do so, but the pressure mounts on Sean Dyche now at Everton Football Club.
A delight for Southampton. They came from behind in the 90 minutes to level matters. Taylor Harwood-Bellis heading home after Decore had put Everton in front at the other end. And into the penalty competition. A perfect 10 from the initially willing. James Bree did his job coolly with the first sudden death penalty for Southampton. But the old head that is Ashley Young could not deliver. And it's joy for those who have travelled a long way from the south coast tonight. 1-1 in the 90 minutes. Southampton through 6-5 on penalties.